For a lot of us, our 9-to-5 job is not our dream job. A lot of us secretly want to work on our side business or side project that could not only allow us to be creative, but also potentially unlock more streams of income. But the problem a lot of people face is, how do you actually make time for your side project with your 9-to-5 job while also maintaining your relationships, your mental health, your social life, your fitness routine? This is a problem a lot of people struggle with. And sometimes juggling all these responsibilities can lead to two things. Either you burn out or you never actually work on the side project that you really dream about working on. So in this video, I'm going to share how I've actually been able to do my 9-to-5 job and my side project for the past 6 years and build a social media channel that's over 300,000 across 3 different platforms. Doing both a 9-to-5 job and my side project, which is content creation, has brought me so much joy, fulfillment, creativity, and also some income. And I'll be honest, it's not always been smooth sailing. I actually burned out and had to quit my job for 1 year, but I came back with more knowledge and more wisdom of how to actually balance both responsibilities sustainably. So the first thing we need to be really crystal clear on is your why. Side projects are incredibly easy to abandon. Unlike your 9-to-5 job where you have your boss providing structure and accountability, the paycheck providing accountability, your side hustle has no accountability, no structure, no one telling you to do it, no one telling you when to stop, no one telling you how well you're doing it. So when life gets busy, your passion project is the first one to go. A lot of people end up being in this cycle where they're really excited to start something, they build some momentum, something takes their time away, they deprioritize doing their side project, then they feel guilty, then they restart it again, then something distracts them and eventually they give up. And I think the reason why is because there's not a strong why. There's not a strong why that really provides that accountability for you. So you need to get really honest with yourself. Why are you going to take your precious time and dedicate it towards this project? For me, having a strong why keeps me consistent and accountable because I know exactly why I'm doing content creation, which is my main side project, and how it ties to my higher level goals. Not only do you need to be specific about your why, it also has to be kind of connected to a deeper purpose. Think about your why and why you're going to dedicate your limited time towards this side project. And what I like to do is I keep my why visible. So every single day I'm seeing my why. My why is my wallpaper background. So whenever I'm in work mode, the wallpaper shows up so I'm reminded about my why. Sometimes I repeat my why before I start working on projects. Having a strong why will keep you consistent and committed to your goal. The second tip that really helps me so much, which is auditing my time. A lot of people overestimate their available time and underestimate their commitment. As someone who tends to overcommit, I learned the hard way that you need to really be auditing your time and specific about your time commitments. I think realistically, most people don't have 10 to 20 hours to commit to a side project, especially if you have a demanding job, extremely long hours, you have children or other relationships that take up a lot of time. So for me, the solution starts with actually doing a reality check to see visually if I actually have time to make a commitment. Start with a blank calendar. On the calendar, start by blocking off time that you spend for work, time for your commute, the time you spend sleeping, any non-negotiable commitments like family time, workouts. When you've added all of your non-negotiable time commitments, look at your calendar and see, do you actually have space to dedicate 10 to 20 hours, which is for me personally the target amount of time I dedicate towards content creation weekly? If not, you can end this video here because you just don't have the time and space to commit to a side project. Why are you making your life harder? Why are you making yourself feel bad and giving yourself shame by trying to do things that you don't have the time to do? If you're not willing to sacrifice some of that non-negotiable time, cut yourself some slack. You just don't have the time to make it work. But for a lot of us, we have the time. I mean, look at how much time you're spending on screen time. A lot of us have the time to actually dedicate to our side projects. We're just not managing our time well. We're not doing a good job making time for these side projects. Which brings me to tip number 3, how to actually make time for your side projects. These are some of the strategies I use to free up time on my calendar to make time for my side projects. I start first by really reducing my commitments. Honestly, at the beginning of the year, I like to just focus on a very small list of goals. If you have a 9-to-5 job and a side project, you're already at your peak commitment level. Don't add any more goals and don't add any more commitments. So that means if there are any hobbies, any other social commitments that are taking up a lot of your time, restrict those things and just stick to the 2 things that you're focused on, which is your 9-to-5 job and your side project. And any new obligations that pop up, which they will inevitably pop up, say no to them because you're sticking to these 2 major commitments for the entire year. Another way to free up time is by using AI tools. Every year, AI tools are getting better and better at solving day-to-day tasks. And in this day and age, we should all be learning how to use AI tools to optimize our time. One resource that you can check out is Hostinger Horizons, who is the sponsor of this video. As you all know, I created a web app that helps you save time called Offline, but I wanted to create a clean launch page to showcase my app. But I didn't want to deal with writing code or hiring anyone to create it for me because I have a 9-to-5 job and I do content, so I have a lot of responsibilities I'm juggling. Hostinger's Horizons is an AI-powered web app creator that lets you create and launch web apps without writing code. I typed in exactly how I wanted the launch page website to look like and also provided some screenshots of my app. In a few minutes, I got an initial website that was really good, and it really surprised me how clean and modern the initial design was. And then I used a chat box to iterate and improve the design of the website, and this is the final website. I ended up making a few different variations of the website, and don't they all look great? It was really easy to go live with just one click. There wasn't a complicated setup, no third-party tools, no plugins. You just click the button and it's live. This product has everything you need to create a website, from hosting, domain, emails, everything managed all in one place, so you don't have to juggle multiple platforms to make it work. They also have a support team that's available 24/7, and I had a quick question while testing it out and someone jumped in to help me immediately. If you want to bring your ideas to life with no coding, no hassle, and no high cost, Hostinger Horizons is the ideal tool for you. It can help you create web apps for a side hustle, your digital portfolio, or literally anything you have in mind. If you look in the description box, you'll see the code Bacola10 that allows you to get 10% off your first month. Let's get back to the video. The second way I free up more time is using dead time. For example, when I would go into the office, my commute time is dead time that's blocked off on my calendar, but I could reclaim and use to plan out video ideas, to write some scripts, to plan my calendar, plan my day. And now, working from home, I have the goal of getting 10,000 steps a day, which is really tough to do when you work from home. So sometimes I'll walk on my treadmill, mix my exercise time with time for script writing or thinking about new ideas. I would really ask you to look at your calendar. The time that you feel like isn't accessible to you, think about, are there ways you can optimize that time to just get a little bit more value and get a little bit more time towards your side project. The third thing I would do, and this is one of the most helpful tips, is outsourcing. We cannot do everything ourselves. I said this in my last video, but there's no reward for doing everything yourself. So think about ways that you can delegate certain tasks to other people, not only personal tasks, but tasks related to your side project. For me, and also for a lot of people, chores can be a huge part of your life. Think about ways you can outsource some of your chores or some of the activities you do in your personal time that you do not like doing and they don't also add value towards your higher goals. For example, getting your groceries. If you live in a major city, you know that it's a huge stress and it takes a lot of time when you're waiting in long lines to get your groceries. So that 1 to 2 hours weekly that you use for grocery shopping, you could get grocery delivery, which can cost $15, but allows you to save that time and reallocate that time towards your side project. The same thing when I lived in a building that didn't have washing machine. To do laundry would be a 1 to 2 hour commitment. You would either have to use one of the washing machines in the building or go to a laundromat to do your laundry. And this is something that can take hours of your time. So I paid for a wash and fold service and ended up being very cheap. Not only did it save me time, but it was very affordable to do in my area. Finally, another thing I outsource is cleaning. I pay for a cleaning service to come and do a monthly deep clean. Then weekly, I just maintain the cleaning. This saves me a lot of time that I can reallocate back to my side project or back to leisure time. This doesn't also stop with your personal activities. You can also outsource parts of your side project. Are there parts of your side project that you just don't have the skill to do or you don't want to dedicate the time to? When I was building my app, I outsourced the design because I didn't have design skills and also I didn't want to learn design skills. So I outsourced that part of the project and allowed me to focus on the part that was most interesting and most important to me, which was the engineering of the app. And the final way I reclaim more time is by just using my weekend hours. A lot of people don't optimize their weekends, and I'm going to be honest, I built my channel in the beginning from using my weekends. Now though, I only use about 4 hours during the weekends and most of the time I'm resting. But your weekends are unobstructed 48 hours, right? A lot of people don't like to do it, but there could be ways, a few hours you could dedicate maybe 2 hours each day of the weekend. That gives you an additional 4 hours towards your passion project. Think about ways you can just get more of that time back for yourself. The fourth tip that really helps me is being organized and keeping to a routine and schedule. This allows me to have structure in my side project, and it also allows me to stay organized with all the responsibilities and deadlines from my projects to my personal life to my work life. Every Sunday, I sit down and review my upcoming week. I review deadlines, any responsibilities, any social events, and I take the time to actually put everything onto my calendar. And I'm very detailed about my calendar. I actually have each hour dedicated to a specific task. And for me, my days are kind of structured the same because I really believe in just keeping things more routine, and it helps me plan better. So I know that I have specific hours are rest time. Specific hours are work time. For example, Mondays I know are like my scripting and ideating days. Tuesdays are more of my filming days. And then also kind of keeping a routine day by day also allows me to be more productive. Not only do I have a calendar, but I also keep a to-do list just to make sure that I'm completing all of my tasks. And what's also important when you're setting up your calendar and you're planning and you're organizing a routine for yourself that keeps you consistent with both your 9 to 5 and your side project is also really scheduling time for rest. My mornings and my evenings and my weekends are time that I don't use for anything other than resting. Now, the fifth tip that's really helped me a lot in managing both content creation and my 9 to 5 job is really adopting the mindset that done is better than perfect. I'm telling you, perfectionism is the enemy of progress. There is never going to be the perfect time, the perfect day, the perfect anything. You have to always learn how to work in imperfect conditions. And not only do you have to work in imperfect conditions, you also have to just accept that the bar should just be that you're done. There's a study that looked at 2 different groups in a photography class. One group only had to turn in a final assignment, and the other group had to turn in assignments every single week. The study showed that the people who turned in photos every single week ended up with better quality photos. And the point of the study was to show you that being consistent and putting in the reps will make you better and stronger at the skill than saving all of your energy just to deliver one project. So for me, the way I apply it to my life is that I just have a good enough standard, right? If it's good enough, then I'm ready to submit it. I don't try to nitpick and be perfectionist. I really try to get things done and to the finish line, which is challenging, honestly. And also, you need to give yourself grace too. You're working a 9 to 5 job and you're doing a side project. That's already a lot of things to do. You don't have to be perfect in every single way at every single stage. So there you have it. Those are the 5 tips that have really helped me find more balance doing my 9 to 5 job and my passion projects. I'm going to be honest, it's not easy, and not every time I'm perfect, right? Sometimes I drop the ball. Sometimes I overwork. Sometimes I underwork. I'm still very much a work in progress, but these 5 tips have been crucial for me in helping me find balance and being more sustainably productive. Let me know what you guys thought about this video and if it was helpful for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.